to Cloth and Fish. We're live! There is Talkaville Audio.
Hold on. Hold on. What is going on? What's happening?
There you go. Apparently.
Well, they can hear me. I don't think they can hear you, and I don't know why. Strange. Can you guys hear Methos?
Which of us can you guys hear, if any?
Let's see.
We can hear both.
Okay. Oh, all right. Good. Yeah, it's strange because I'm not seeing like a meter bar at all on the sound, loud and clear. Yeah. Sweet. All right, let's try it again.
All right. So what is up, beautiful people? It's Wolf for the Meet.
Hey, I'm Freak. Welcome to the show. Oh, and this is
that bottom of the well vibe. Oh, that's why you don't have it showing up on your screen, because they're hearing me through your speakers.
Oh, what? Oh, no shit. Okay. That's what it is. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing that. Why you so spicy? All right, let's see.
Why is it spicy?
Oh man, why? It's gonna give me fits today.
We have, oh my goodness, we have G and Funkin' Hungry in the same room at the same time. Oh my god.
Say it ain't so.
I mean, Funkin' Thirsty.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. It isn't so. Say it. All right.
What's up? What up, brother?
See, disable that. And then, let's see. I don't know why. It's just being a bug.
Good to see you. Keegan says, let me in, let me in. I'm imagining the scene with Pumbaa and Timon. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me in, let me in, let me in.
How's that, guys? Can y'all hear him okay? Yeah, you'll probably be hearing some of him in coming through my mic, but as long as you can hear him directly as well. Say something nasty, Methos.
Something nasty?
Yeah. I want them to hear you.
I'm a Voton. Your voice is too high to hear.
That's nasty, bro.
That was Keaton. That's some Scooby-Doo shit right there. Takes off the monster mask. Lupus says, much better. Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
Awesome, awesome. Hope you guys are doing all right today. And those of you who have had a holiday this weekend, I hope you've had a great holiday week. Those of you who haven't had a holiday weekend, I hope your holiday is amazing as if you had a holiday. I mean, I hope your weekend is amazing as if you had it. Don't think about that one too hard. Alstonation, you are up early.
What?
Again, my friend.
Dude, do you ever sleep?
And Waylander.
My God.
Hope you're doing well. I'm guessing you probably hasn't. You haven't been to bed yet. Same with what? I don't know if our friend Lupus ever sleeps. I can usually find them online in somebody's show, regardless of what time of day it is.
Right? There we go. That's better. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Keegan just had a day off. Back to work today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I had to go to work too. Yeah, I had to do the work thing.
Lupus says, smash the button. It's free.
Punch it in the face.
What?
What?
Here you can see our intro said recently escaped from the basement was Brother Oni. But this is our brother Robert here. Well, I mean, not our brother, because it's Freak's other son. So it'd be weird if it was his brother. Anyways.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I asked him, hey, you know, what's your nickname? What do you go by? And he goes, well, I typically go by LumpyLemon.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that from Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Yeah, old Halo gamer tag.
That's awesome.
I've had it since 2000, and no one else has taken it, so it's still mine.
LumpyLemon for the win.
Lumpy freaking lemon. So yeah, so y'all like lemons? That lumpy?
Lupus says he's too old to sleep. G says he just takes wolf naps. They're like cat naps, but not as long.
I can understand that.
Sleep is for the weak. Oh man, I had a great big plate of turkey earlier and conked out for like an hour and a half.
Best melatonin ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally got some sleep. Brother Locke, I had him over last night. He had been up for days. I'm glad he finally got some rest. We played a great game of Zombicide yesterday.
Oh, really?
So
With
that was
Bam?
a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, yes. After my mom and Razzie left, myself, Locke, and my younger brother,
Yep.
Argo, all sat down. We played some Zombicide with the girls.
Nice.
G says, Halo, and his ears instantly prick up. Keegan says, time to go rattle can the Votan. The comm guys and scanner dudes. That's awesome. You know, so I've been talking about something I've been enjoying doing lately, which has been chipping away for at least 15 minutes or more every day, trying to get these done. You know, just chip away at my ever-expanding model collection. And, I mean, often I do way more than the 15 minutes. Sometimes it's 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. But my minimum goal is to try and hit it at least 15 minutes a day.
Right.
And Keegan is doing something similar, where he's been planning. His plan lately has been to assemble and prime at least 2 models every day.
Good
So
God, man.
he's chipping through his army like that.
That's just ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to set you up with it. Which one are you going to do first?
Get the silver and then the red.
The silver? Okay. Where are you going to put the silver?
So he's got
Turkey coma sounds like something you need to see a doctor
You
about.
want to use black has your mace, and then you go chase it after with silver. Now, there's different kinds of silver shades. So you've got different metallics, like muted metallic, muted silver. You've got like
So tonight you can see LumpyLemon here is a brand new hobbyist. He's had 1 painting lesson so far. This is his 2nd one. And so part of our paint chat tonight, Freakalicious is going to be coaching him through his 2nd ever painting session.
yeah, he did really well with the first one. I mean, pretty damn good. You showed up.
I can tell you 1,000% his first model looks way better than my first model.
I mean, look at this.
It looks good. It looks real
Yeah,
good.
I mean, it's a little, you know, because it's not.
Oh yeah, that's an operator error there with the lighting and the camera there.
Shut up. So you got that one. So let me show you the different ones. So basically, we just kind of go over all the different types of metallics. So he gets to choose the ones that he wants, and you got that one. That's a brighter metallic. Okay, and then you got this one. This one is a duller, kind of like a chain mail.
If I can give you any advice there, LumpyLemon, my man, the mistake I first made is when I first got into painting Space Wolves, I wanted all my silvers to be that bright, gleaming silver, like you tend to see in like movies and stuff like that, that look like, in my mind, when I watching like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, the really vibrant silvers made like the swords and stuff look extra sharp, you know.
Right.
But see, my problem is that was because I didn't know anything about painting at the time. And so by starting with the really bright silvers, I had nothing to highlight, and my swords just looked out of place. Like I had like a decent, you know, somewhat darker color scheme, but my bright ass silver swords could be seen from like 8 tables over.
Oh, see that's where I was a little different about it. I got to see how everyone else painted theirs with the Easter egg and all that good stuff.
Oh, right on.
Whenever Freak asked me how I wanted them painted, I said, man, I look at the Space Wolves kind of like the Marines. It's got to be weathered. It's got to be battle worn. I don't want it all like 100% shiny.
Nice.
So, because I mean, I don't know. It's like I told him that bright blue and bright yellow getting off of that's not too intimidating. Some that's got like rust and weather and dings in their armor. That's intimidating.
That's true. Horror movies teaches us that we'd all much prefer to be cut by a you know, nice, sharpened, and well-oiled blade than a rusty, you know, rusty, disease-inducing blade any day.
Disease-inducing.
Correct.
You're gonna die one way or another.
I don't know, man. And I don't know if it's the same. Just like, you know, some of the ancient civilizations that used to coat their blades in crap, just so that way it would cut and infect their enemy.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Elston Nation says, I forgot to turn off the alarm I had set for your show a few weeks back and couldn't get back to sleep. So if I disappear, it's because I've gone off to sleepland.
There you go. Yeah, that's fair.
Well, thank you for popping in, brother, and thank you for apparently you've made this sleep sacrifice for us multiple weeks in a row now, which we appreciate. And we're sorry to have cut into your sleep. Freakalicious, you doing any painting tonight, or are you just coaching today?
I'm just coaching, and I'm actually working on my printer. I think I finally got it dialed in. Damn thing was giving me fits, man. So
I remember Oni was helping you troubleshoot it the other day. You think you got it finally where it needs to be?
Yeah. I mean, it's all about the damn leveling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I mean, it looks sort of kind of leveled, you know. So we'll see. But you know, it's slowly coming together.
Bring it a little closer to the screen. Can anyone tell what he's making right there?
So I'm printing a clip right now. So that part's going to go under here, I believe. And then I think the other part is going to be like the trigger, and oh man, it's going to be so cool. And I'm going to sand it out real good, and then give it a good paint job.
That's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Waylander says, first mini I ever did was a Citadel Knight from around 1980.
Woo!
Wow. Decided to electroplate it with copper.
Oh,
I
wow.
learned in high school science that week. It looked effing terrible.
That's sad. Okay.
Keegan says, you got a 3D printer over there? He's got 2.
Nice! Yeah, I just got a resin and I have a FDM printer.
Now, back now in the paint area, it smells like rattle can paint. Keegan and I were actually talking, and there's probably something wrong with it. Not that either of us huff paint, but both of us like the smell of rattle can paint. I think it's because for me it smells like the hobby.
Okay, anything that's going to be metallic, like metal, like the...
Mr. Fish says, holy cow, it's already Friday.
You know, any area here or where...
Hey, Heinrich, my brother. Good morrow. I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Right, cool. So like, if I'm right here, where he's got the
Fish says, looks like a bolter pistol. He is making a bolter indeed. Oh, I don't know if I ever showed Freak this, but
no, put your hands on
Atlas.
it. Oh.
as a gift for me at one point. Oh man, I think it's been a few months now back. Carved me one out of wood, and I've been painting it up. I need to finish
Oh,
painting it.
what? Who did that?
Yeah,
Who did that?
Atlas.
Oh, that is incredible, dude. That dude's
I haven't even showed
insane.
him yet that I painted. That I finally got around to painting.
Oh, that's
it.
insane, dude. That's so great.
I want to get.
Whoa.
I want to see if I can get you to 3D print me like an Aquila or something
Oh,
for the
yeah,
side.
yeah, definitely.
And some of the chat's already seen this before, but it's not hanging on my wall
I
anymore.
love that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I've got the set. I've got my bolter and chainsword.
I've got the set too, but it's not as big. Oh, yeah, it's not saying it's not as big because it's not fully printed.
Right.
Right.
Wait, he carved that from wood? Yep. Actually, if you look real close, like from this back here on the screen, it looks, pristine. But if we get up close, you can see the wood grain and some of the carved texture and stuff like that.
Insane.
Atlas is quite a bit of a carpenter. Actually, Atlas is like one of those jack of all trades, rugged handymen.
Yeah,
Like,
he is.
he's a carpenter, as you can see here.
He's a hunter.
He does some electrical work. He said the only thing he doesn't know is cars. But like other than that, he's just one of your like well-rounded, all-around handymen.
Yep, he's a hunter. He can
Oh yeah, hunter.
got a pig.
He's a former soldier, and so he used to actually have a YouTube channel. When you see his Forge the Wild screen name come up on the side of the screen there sometimes, that used to be a YouTube channel where he had up all kinds of survival stuff he learned in the military. Like, my favorite video was one he had where he's time lapses. He goes out into the woods and builds up a hut from like sticks, mud, and rocks, and that's literally it. Well, some branches and leaves and stuff, but like all natural materials. Like out just being out in the forest. I was just like, yeah, if I were,
Right.
I mean, that's some like stuff you see on like Naked and Afraid, man. If I got dropped off in the middle of the woods and they were like, all right, you need to find yourself somewhere to sleep now.
I'll just die right here. We're good.
I'd be like, find somewhere to sleep, but what if a spider crawls up? When it comes to spiders, I'm a bit of a weenie. Now, Keegan's got a file for a bolter too. Nice. That's awesome. I've been debating on making a sluggo or custom shoot of some sort. Nice. Atlas has some serious skills. He really does. And I agree with Waylander.
Oh,
Do it, fish.
Let me show you
Do it.
something that Atlas put together, y'all. Hold on. And I still got to hang it up.
Oh, yeah. Gift for the man cave there. The man made a servo skull.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
That is so cool.
So yeah, I wanna post it up here somehow or hang it up here. Maybe someplace like right up here.
Oh, yeah, that'd be real cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he put some electrical stuff. I think he was gonna electrocute himself, but yeah.
The fish said, oh, that's savage. I think he was trying to get to where the eye would light up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he couldn't get it to work, so he ended up going with what are those tea light candles?
Right.
For the eye?
Yeah.
That servo skull, damn.
Sick, man. Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. So, like I said,
Yeah. It's pretty badass.
yeah, I'll probably just rewire it and then actually have a little light switch or something. It's gotta have to be an LED because the heat will melt the plastic. So.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It still amazes me that being made into a servo skull is considered an honor. Even in death, I still serve, baby. They said they couldn't make my head into a servo skull when I passed on to serve the Emperor. They said my head's just too big that the little anti-grav wings would never support it.
Oh, no.
I can see mine. The little wings are just fluttering really hard and just can't get it off the ground, you know? It's like, and I'm like, come on, let's go!
Well, they're anti-grav, so you just see the little pulses of energy as it's just like trying to get higher. It's just like it's like a little low rider, an old cutter, just like this far off the ground, keeps pulsing, trying to get higher.
And I think I have one ear bigger than the other, so I think my head will start kind of slowly tilt to one side. There's something wrong with that servitor head, sir.
Yes. Yeah, so being a servo, like for people that are going to serve in death, servo skull is good, and usually things like criminals and stuff become servitors, you know. And the part of the difference is that, most of the servo skulls can still kind of serve without full, lobotomization. Like there's no awareness for a servant, the regular servitor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What a pickup line, Methos. Hey baby, the apothecary said my head was too big to be a servo skull.
Yeah, this is the chat. This is
And then they're like, wait, what about the rest of it? Oh no, they said the rest of it just is
The sad thing is, I understand what you're talking about. My wife's label is now correct.
And what about the rest of it? Oh, well, I'm Asian.
We don't like to talk about that. So, how about the sky? Talk about blue.
We don't see him in a couple of days.
Makes you wonder where sisters get those cherubs from. Well, the creepy babies are in fact babies.
No.
We try not to think about that. That's why my Sisters of Battle army will not have a single creepy baby in it.
No, he doesn't like the creepy babies.
I've decided to replace all of the creepy babies in my... I've got to like a lot of the Necromunda and Kill Team, like the little dog models. Necromunda and Kill Team, they've got like some of the they're little dogs. And I plan on making like all canines to be my servo skulls. Oh, they're actually constructs, not humans. I really thought they were real babies. Want to see my last cannon? Amazing. So it's more of a last pistol, but come on.
It's a bolter.
It's a bolter. No, mine is called the stubber. Stubby.
You want to see my stubby? Really? Yeah. And come to think of it, I don't know why I bragged about that. I'm sorry.
My friends say it's a conversational piece.
If I can't laugh about it, who can?
Who is the new guy? This is LumpyLemon. One of Frink's many.
How many do we have?
Methos, like the woman in Mars Attacks. Oh man, it has been so long. I don't remember the scene. Or for some of us, an Ironhead stub. Freak's got the heavy stubber. I've got a snub nose. Okay. Yeah, this is supposed to be a painting chat. I guess I should actually like pick up my paintbrush. G said earlier he couldn't do just 15 minutes a day. He gets way too into it. And I think for me, that's why I usually end up exceeding the 15 minutes. But I like to go into it with the idea that it's going to be a minimum 15 minutes, because sometimes I have so much to do that I feel a little overwhelmed, and I'm like, well, there's no point in starting if I'm only, because I have so much to do. I just don't have enough time to get anything meaningful done. And so to get my head kind of out of that mindset, I'm just going to tell myself, hey, I'm just going to chip away for 15 minutes today. And if I get anything done, great. If not, I don't. And if I end up working for, 30 minutes or an hour, then I can just look at it as all bonus.
I'm going to do them highlights on this bad boy. The airbrush. Let me turn the lights on a little bit.
So, a couple of things I did, and what I'm in the process of doing right now, is I got my guard to these heavy weapon teams to where they were playable. I got the 3-color kind of minimum down on them. A couple different shades of greens, because I did, my mid-tone, my shade, and my highlight. And of course, the black on them, like the pants and the weapons and stuff. And I finished off all my infantry this week. 30 infantry.
Yeah, you've been hustling.
So I'm actually above 100, and if I keep at this pace, if I finish all these heavy weapons teams, I think I might actually break last year's record.
I think so. Yeah, I think you might, man.
I have, that special Christmas project we were talking about. That's kind of a big piece that's going to take me some time to complete.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I might not break last year's record just because I want to do good on the Christmas piece.
Right.
I talked a little bit about it in Monday's stream for those who heard. But I'm going to bring it back up because we tend to have a bigger audience on our Friday show.
Sure.
Future son-in-law or just cheap labor? Not a future. This is an existing son-in-law.
Yeah, he's an existing one. Yeah, he's been warned, so he's already SOL. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
If you were listening to the show a couple weeks ago where Freak said, yeah, one of my son-in-laws, we actually asked him ahead of time, like, hey man, are you sure this is what you want to do? LumpyLemon is the guy.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Yep, his motto was, hurt me, beat me, make me write bad checks.
Jokes aside, though, they make a great couple.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I gotta pull this up.
It takes work.
Oh man.
It takes work.
Let's see if this works. Oh, this seems to be 25. No, we need this blasted.
When are you supposed to get your Templars?
So, okay, I'm gonna send you freak the bit that Waylander just sent me.
Who did?
Waylander from there in the chat.
Okay.
Us talking about our bolters and stubbers.
Oh no,
It's funny.
I can imagine.
He said, "Yeah, just like that lady." It takes me 15 minutes just to get ready to a hobby.
Oh my god.
That's where it's at with me. When I get started, I'm at least 2 hours in, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Killian said hi earlier, and apparently he's liking that shirt, Mr. Owl.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Greg, good to see you, brother.
I remember that. So,
Methos ain't painting, he's just wiggling his brush. That's sadly true at the moment. So this week, now let me pull my camera back up so I can see what I'm showing you guys. So this week, I did some, I started on the silvers to some. I had to go back and start because I've noticed that the antenna on the backpacks, I forgot to put black down first. And I noticed that those that I just went straight in with the silver comes out kind of green tinted, so I'm putting the black down underneath this before I do the silvers. So kind of like taking a step backwards, but also I went ahead and did the mud under the,
I'm gonna do that.
just for a nice clean color under the base before I put down the swamp effect. But yeah, my heavy weapons teams are coming
I
along.
don't remember this part, so I would already fuck that up.
Yeah, I'm good.
Soaping it and getting it to a good point. Oh yeah, soaping your brush is always one of the most important parts.
What?
Soaping it, working it to a nice lather.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Brushes, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Just,
This is a painting stream, after all.
right?
We're not still stuck on the bolter, right?
Not at the moment. On this show, we never really leave the vulture talk.
No. Kind of sticks around like the clap.
Oh my goodness.
It's stranger in the tongue.
Oh man. The show is not like that. I don't know how many times I got to tell you. This model I'm painting up basically it looks like an old landline phone, but I'm sure it's part of the communications device he's got for like the ordnance, right? But for some reason, as I'm painting it, like I said, I know it's a military thing, but for some reason I can't help but think of those big ass cell phones that we had in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it looks like he's holding. It's just like...
It's a Qualcomm!
It's like, hello?
Nokia!
I got a large pizza out here.
Can you hear me now? You got it?
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and wash your brush out.
Wash your brush out.
Call me.
Love it.
Can you hand me the?
Just saw a great tip regarding tip curl on your brushes. Use a hair straightener with your wet brush and steam it.
Really? I guess that would work because it's really,
Heat won't damage
it's hair.
it. Heat won't damage it.
Waylander says, I'm not buying any more hairstyling stuff with my shaved head. People are starting to talk.
What are you doing there with it? It's for my models.
But what?
I do feel a little funny because I'm the only one in the house that uses the hairdryer currently. When the girls go in and see the hairdryer plugged in and they're like, Dad must have been painting his bottles again.
What part are you printing today?
Hmm?
What part are you printing today?
That's the clip.
Oh, the magazine.
Yep.
Oh. Last weekend was our hangout. I showed off some of this Monday, but for those who hadn't seen Monday's show, Freak Olicioso bought me a brand new pack of really, really nice brushes and some airbrush cleaner to go with it. And I used the brush on my Monday show to paint the eye lenses of all of my dudes, and it had such a nice point on this. It's called a Quadra Zero brush. Such a nice point on it that it actually made it nice and easy to get in there in the eye lenses. I was really stoked, and you can see they have this nice triangle handle, which is great for getting, a nice comfortable grip.
They weren't expensive. Yeah. That was really good.
And Brother Oni hooked me up with some Marvel Crisis Protocol. I've been talking on the show for a while how I want to start painting some Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff. And he hooked me up with Ms. Marvel from the new show and the new game that's coming out. And of course, the 90s models for the X-Men, including Cyclops and Storm. And the 90s version of Cyclops is my favorite version of Cyclops ever.
Not
Whatever
this one
you
you
want.
don't mix that.
Huh?
This one you don't mix with water.
Pretty awesome.
No. They're all usually the droplets, the bottles like that. They're pretty thinned out.
It was just the Citadel that you were telling me.
Yeah, the Citadel's usually pretty thick, even the air stuff.
Okay. All right.
Brother Atlas hooked me up with another Lehman Russ tank, which I'm going to be looking for a Vanquisher turret for this one, because I think I'd really love to have one of those fancy new Vanquisher cannons to, with the extra long barrel to ignore some invulnerable saves and deal mortal wounds.
Very nice.
Somebody softy.
And he said, but wait, there's more, but I have no idea what the other stuff is.
I think what he's going to do is he's going to go ahead and put his, combat gear back on. He's going to go to Oni's house, kick the door in, get his Voltron, and break it.
and that is the other thing. We celebrated my birthday last weekend with a game day. Every year for my birthday, I try and get us all together for some Warhammer games. And I played against the Voton this past weekend with my brand new Guard Army. I played with the old Codex because I don't have my hands on the new Codex yet. But I really enjoyed my first proper game with the Guard. I did also get my butthole stomped in. By the end of turn 2, I had only killed 4 individual models and no units. It was bad. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Like, oh man, the Voton are so durable. I just kept throwing firepower after firepower at him, and he just kept living. You know, it's just like, oh, you hurry up and die already. He's like, nah, bro.
Yeah, he was telling that to him personally. You know, it was that. Like, dude, come on.
Oh yeah, my
right, okay, so the mob
survival.
then, fine.
No,
Bro.
you. What? No.
The
Bro.
die, your mortars did not have the dice on their sides either. You couldn't hit shit with them.
Yeah.
Oh man, my problem is I could hit just fine. My wounds, though.
Oh, I can definitely relate there, brother. You're not alone.
It was like I scored 19 hits. How many times did you wound? 2.
Okay.
I hit him 19 times, but you didn't say stop it twice.
At the time, Methos forgot the safe word.
Pineapple.
Yeah,
Pineapple.
pineapple juice. Yeah.
Oh man, they were so tough.
Yeah.
And one of the things, what's LumpyLemon painting?
Smash Captain. I got
The
a
Smash Cap
yes, sir. Doing
with a big ass hammer of destruction.
Yes, sir. Doing a whoopee Smash Captain.
Hell yeah.
I'm doing I decided to do the Emperor of Mankind.
Nice.
Yeah. I already threw a layer of gold. Now I'm kind of doing a little more shading.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and this is something that whenever Oni's on, we can talk about this a little more in depth, so that way we can get both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, where is
But something I wanted to call a little BS on.
Uh-oh.
In everybody's strategy videos, they're always like, ah, yes, the big disadvantage of the Voton is their short movement and short range.
Oh, right. The,
They're like, you can easily outrange their weapons. Man, no matter where I stood on that board, those railguns and missiles could hit me just about everywhere.
Yeah.
And I want to know what other standard, like if it were an elite choice, I wouldn't blink twice. But what standard troop gets not only a weapon that's like AP4 and ignores mortal wounds, but does a minimum flat 4 damage? Because it's D3 plus 3. Do you know anybody who does a flat 4 damage? Like your las cannons. Las cannons are nice. They're AP minus 3. They're strength 9. But you know, people can still make a save, right? And if you got an invul save, you got a pretty good chance, right? But yeah, ignore invul and 4 flat damage. That is cray on a standard troop choice. And because, you know, he had like 5 troop choices on the table. Yeah, that was just like everywhere on the board, just able to just really hammer at my tanks.
Yeah, those Terminators were no joke either.
The Terminators were no joke. Those grenade launchers dealt 11 wounds to my tank commander Fask first turn. It was crazy. So I only had like 2 wounds left after the first thing that shot, which was those Terminators. The first thing that shot, I had a tank commander down to 2 wounds. It's crazy.
You know, typically, I'm looking at the chat. Typically, I'm not a fan of spam, but that is one piece of spam that I can get behind. So
Yeah, I was looking at it and I'm like, pretty sure that's a bot.
nope,
But at the same time,
nope, leave him alone. I like
it's
that.
like it's a bot, but it's relevant to what we're doing?
So funny. Clean him
I
up,
think it's
Methos.
time for Mr. Burgles to pay toys.
Yeah.
All right.
Clean him up.
All right, time out.
Bye-bye.
Whew. Wolves are always good. And we'll just hide user from channel. There we go. No, the problem is that even though it's hiding them from the channel, I think it's going to keep popping up in the
Yeah, that's fine.
OBS chat.
So when is the next game?
Oh, sure.
I have one with Atlas on the 8th.
Oh.
He said he's going to be debuting a new army.
Uh-oh. Really? Does it start with a V?
A V? No, it won't be a V.
Okay, making sure.
Uh-oh. I bet I know which one it's Chaos, isn't it?
Yep, it is going to be Nurgle Demons.
Oh,
Me and
and
him were
I
talking
knew
about
he
it.
was gonna, man.
All right. Awesome. We're gonna
Yeah.
have demons on the table now.
Yeah.
I got some ideas with mine, Methos, so I'm working on
Nice.
it.
And I think you're going more the Corn Demon route, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll have some Corn Demons and some Nurgle Demons.
Yes, sir. Yeah, me and him were talking about that at the game. I didn't know if he was going to pull the trigger on it or not.
Do I need to do something there, Methos? Because it looks like
If you can,
Yeah.
I've got the hide user and channel option. I've got the report
Yeah.
option. I don't see a straight up block option.
Let me see here. This cat is just getting
Oh, but also, I think they're coming back with alternate accounts, so.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Haters.
I have to say, this is the most thorough attack I think we've ever been under. um, Shame they're oh so wrong about getting rid of them. Quite like the message spacing, makes it easier to read. Another Roxas! Yo!
Not wrong.
Brother Roxas popped by my place the other day and asked for some help with a project, which I think is going to be fun once we get a color scheme sorted for them. He brought over some BattleTech minis from the BattleTech miniature game and asked me to paint up the main one in the collection and said that if I paint the main one, I can have the rest, which I thought was pretty cool. And I used to play some BattleTech, you know, the not just the tabletop, but like the missions, kind of the RPG BattleTech
Right.
back in the day. And of course, you know, I think lots of us liked the old Mech Warrior game back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah,
definitely.
Fox Clan all the way.
Heck yeah. And so I think that's going to be a fun project. I was also like, hey, this will give me an excuse to paint up the one I got from Brother Greg a while back that I never sat down to paint. So that'll be cool.
Nice. Good, man.
For the scheme, I'm thinking Snow Raven Clan. Nice.
Good, dude.
Trying.
Yeah.
I'm not an art person, but hell, I'm trying.
Okay, what are you gonna paint next?
Now let's put some color on. Let's do red on.
You wanna do the red on the cake?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the combo you used? Because I want to kind of stick with that.
Yeah, so that is a little bit of that, I believe it's this here, which is similar to,
Yeah. What's it similar to? Because that's what I have on that home. This one here.
so this one and with a bit of red. So you want to mix it up real good and mix it to see if we can get to that point.
Smoky.
Yeah. So we do a little bit of red. We do this one here. Let's go with red. And mix that little smoky ink, and that should give you kind of what you're looking for. If you don't want bright red, you know.
No, I want blood red. I don't want bright red.
So let's see.
Okay.
I don't have a blockage here. No, man, looks good, dude.
Your face looks good. Nah.
Are you saying one drop of this and then two of that, or two of this, one of that?
Do 2 of the brown and then 1 drop of the red and see how good that gets you.
Mech Warrior, the only online multiplayer game I was any good at.
I used to love Mech Warriors, dude.
Nice.
Dude, I used to play Mech Warriors when Windows 2000 first came out.
Apparently, Waylander said he was an early broadband user when everybody else was still on dial-up. Oh man, that really gave you an edge back in the day.
Yeah, I did. I even had the joystick and couldn't keep up with that.
Nice.
Fucking 10 pounds.
I too, man. Back in the days where
I had
we
one of those,
started.
dude. It was
It was a heavy ass joystick.
yeah, mine was one of those haptic feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It was a Microsoft haptic feedback. This
Yeah.
thing.
It had the little stand.
Yep. And man, when you get hit, this joystick will go hee, like
Yeah.
what the? Yank your arm right off. Like God, it's trying to arm wrestle me. It was fun though,
Nice.
dude.
I remember that. Man,
I remember back then in the early days of the internet when we all had AOL for the time, and then all of a sudden I upgraded to DSL. Oh man, I had some advantages on online games too. Back then when it was just as simple as I'll just get a better modem.
Huh?
Remember back when DSL could be just a special jack in your on your phone jack mount in your wall?
Yeah, it was just all it was just a designated phone line. Just data over phone.
Yeah, but like our current day iteration, would be like the Ethernet port.
Oh man.
I remember when DSL didn't mean internet. Oh yes, oh yes. I like the alpha version of DSL as well.
So tell them what we played over during the week.
Oh, we started Back for Blood.
Yeah.
I mean, technically DSL is just a filter on your existing phone line. That's fair. That's fair. Brother Archer, good to see you, brother.
Where were you?
Yeah, but yeah, we started Back for Blood this week, and man, okay, so I played it a little bit at first by myself, but I guess it was just a hit different trying to play it by myself. So I gave up after like the first level, and I was like, I'll come back to this. And getting in there, and now we all have it, so I played it with Lily and Freak, and man, it was so much more fun playing with the team.
So intense, dude.
You had, a lot of people complain because it's not the exact same game as Left 4 Dead, but it's like it reimagined. I mean, your fatties are still there. It's like they were like, let's take the comedy aspect out of all these same monsters and make them look cool and dramatic, Now, some of the mechanics and whatnot are a little screwy. Like I'm not sure how I feel about the card system, the deck system.
Right.
I mean, it's fine, but it's like it's got like the MMO spin on it, which is why I feel like they've done some of this that way. It's like, let's give them a reason to come back and play the same levels multiple times.
Right.
And let's give them reasons to purchase some of the viable in-store packs and stuff like that.
Right.
I get it. They're going for the MMO, experience. And so, like, that part makes it a little bit different. But otherwise, it was really just felt like the same game, and a lot of the stuff even felt a little more polished. So, I think it didn't deserve, actually, all the hate that it initially got out.
I'm with you on that. I mean, aside, like I said, aside from the deck card system, the card deck system, I really like the game. The graphics were good. Even the weapons felt good.
Yeah. The early Avengers movies where, like, in Iron Man 1, War Machine was played by one guy, and then in Iron Man 2, he was played by a different guy, and, like, that felt weird and different, and a lot of people, hated on it. I think that's the reason why a lot of people have problems with Back 4 Blood, because they went in expecting Iron Man 2 to have the same guy. They went in expecting, hey, this is supposed to feel just like Left 4 Dead.
Right.
And, it's like a reimagining. Not
it's a reboot. I really do like it. I think it's good.
And if you look at other series that completely did not only a reboot, but a complete reimagining, I think, personally, well, I've never played DMC, but I wasn't thrilled with what I've seen so far of the reboot of Devil May Cry. It's called DMC. That's the way I felt about it. It was like, oh, this isn't actually another Devil May Cry game. It's a reimagining. So I can see why some people would have that upset stance, but I think they've done a really good job. Roxa says, I miss some Left 4 Dead. Nice. From what I've heard, it also had some issues at release. And unfortunately, that tends to kill a game sometimes. Just like, I love the game Anthem, but because it was so buggy on release, man, it got so much internet hate, and then on top of that, like, it got so much hate they actually stopped Anthem 2 mid-production.
Yeah. I'll tell you
It
what,
makes
man,
a big
the
difference when
community-
you don't have your stuff together at release, though.
Yeah, that's what's it. The community's pretty much got pretty toxic now and aggressive now. If these companies are releasing these games half baked, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean they're going after them now. It's like,
That's a shame because I really enjoyed Anthem. I wish they had waited to release it until
Yeah.
it wasn't buggy anymore.
yeah, it's it's understandable, man. They're in the business of making money, so.
Mm. Too bad what they actually did was hurt their chances of making money in the long run.
True, that's true. You know.
No Man's Sky, apparently same thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's another one that I hear that now that they've gone back and cleaned it up, is actually a really good game, but because
Damage has been done. Yeah.
they released it, you know, while it still had lots of problems. Yeah, it's just
Damage has been done.
never got the takeoff it deserved.
I mean, that's the same thing with Fallout 76.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree with
same exact thing. And now that it's kind of cleaned up a bit, but yeah, it's just not as good as they were hoping.
I still feel like Fallout 76, or all Fallout games, should be a single player experience.
I totally agree. I really agree with that.
I was disappointed even with the concept of Fallout 76.
Yeah.
It's like, happy Thanksgiving, my brother. Thank you so much, Richard Smith. I appreciate you. Good morning. For DMC, they gave up on the reboot and went back to the original storyline for the last game. Oh yeah. It definitely seemed like it was kind of a one-shot reimagining. But I didn't play much of it because it was more expensive than I was willing to shell out for at the time.
I mean,
But I want to go back and
prices.
play the rest of Devil May Cry 5 because it was really good from what I played of it.
Yeah.
And that is something, it is Black Friday, of course. It's the day after American Thanksgiving. And we know not all of our viewers celebrate Thanksgiving because, you know, we're friends with people from many parts of the world.
Yep.
But because it is that holiday here in the U.S., we do just want to say that one of the things we're thankful for is the support we get from you guys in the community.
Hell yeah.
We've made a lot of bonds, made a lot of friends in this hobby and in this on this channel and in these live chats and stuff like that. And I think if it weren't for you guys and the great experience that we have with the community itself, Rick and I probably would have given up on this a long time ago.
Pretty much.
And because we've mentioned before that we love what we do now, but sometimes we miss how we used to go have a dedicated game night every Friday.
Yeah.
We show up at the store. We had a bunch of the same people coming back all the time. We had built up quite a community. And, you know, we might have gone back to doing games on Friday nights, except that we love what we do now with our community on Fridays. So,
And
yeah,
don't
we
put
are-
up with our shit.
And yeah, y'all put up with my shit. Also, in that thing, Waylander said it also reminded me of the freak reading program because Sarah Jessica Parker's head is stuck on a puppy. I have the baby and I can't type, so I give up on spelling. It's all good, Brother Greg.
Love the free reading program. Still in effect.
Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda was another example. Lily says, buggy on release, the storyline doesn't have Shepard, it isn't a sequel to the existing Mass Effect trilogy, tons of online hate. I played it after they fixed most of the bugs and I liked it. I still need to finish Andromeda. I actually downloaded it on, even though we
Give a couple layers.
own it on our console, I actually downloaded it
Yeah,
for the
it's like, I
PC.
should have added res.
So I could go back and play Andromeda on Twitch actually. So I want to do that soon.
personally, I'm not leaving alone on the leather,
Yeah.
so, but then here, I'm
I
like,
like it, dude. But yeah, we've been having a good time playing Back for Blood, and I wasn't sure I'd like it. It's on sale right now for the fall sale. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I've been telling them for a while when I was actually playing it, actually into it. I'm like, man, Back for Blood is really fun, man. And we played through the first couple Left 4 Deads together. And I'm like, man, I really think this could be our chance to go back and relive some of that Left 4 Dead fun. And he's like, yeah, I'll get it at some point in the future. I was even like, hey, man, what if I picked it up for you? We can play it together. Nah, I'll get it at some point. I just, he didn't seem like he was excited about
it was still $60 for the longest. That thing was so expensive, man.
And that one did not seem to want to come down.
No, I'm a ball on a budget, baby. So, yeah, man, as soon as I saw it drop, like, all right, done.
I gotta love that autumn sale.
Oh, yeah. Love it, love it, love it.
Brother Rob, hope you're doing well, brother.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
just
sir.
checking in. Have a great one. You too, brother.
Rob, miniature thing.
oh, okay.
Freak, your co-hosts say, "Where's the beard?"
Do what?
Your co-hosts say, "Where's the beard?"
Where's the deer or the beer?
Beard.
Oh, beard.
Where's your beard at, baby?
Oh, my beard? So I did try the whole no beard, no shave November thing. Didn't work out too much because my new CPAP mask does not like it. So I am SOL. It is now baby skin forever.
Duh.
Yeah. Yeah. Such is my life.
Now, I can't even get a CPAP mask since my insurance apparently said.
I
you
do
don't
not
use
understand that
benefits.
shit. That makes no damn sense. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get all cray on you.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh my
I was
God.
really disappointed too because I was like, I get tired of being tired all the time, and I was like, finally, we're going to address my my sleep issues and stuff
I
like
cannot
that.
believe that they say that you do
I got a
not.
referral from my doctor to go see a specialist, and they were going to do studies, and then my insurance called and was like, hold up, time out. We're not covering him. We don't do
It's a
sleep
medical device, for crying out loud.
Yeah, they said, well, they wouldn't even do the study, not much less the device. They're like, we don't think quality of sleep is necessary to live, so, if this were if this were a medical necessity, and so my doctor tried explaining, well, it is kind of a medical necessity because, if he doesn't get the treatment he needs, he could fall asleep at the wheel or yada, yada, yada.
But it affects a lot. It does.
So, but apparently my doctor sat on a couple of different phone calls with my insurance, tried to go to bat for me, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. I was really bummed about that too. Not to bring a bummer to the show, of course. I had to break out a slightly smaller brush so I can paint these binoculars black. Although, I don't know why I broke out the smaller brush, because I was like, I don't want to get paint all over the hands, but I still need to paint the gloves, leather color. Oh well. I did it more accurately.
Yeah, that's right, because I was all gold, isn't
Yeah.
it? So that you're pretty much just putting in.
Well, I have to do some shading to kind of break it down, and break it apart, because anybody can paint this solid gold, and then you're like, all right, there goes your emperor. Like, okay, well, sounds good, but
Who wants to pop out the details?
Yeah.
It turned out good.
So right now I'm kind of catching up on the cake here. Make it look black instead of, gold plate. There we go.
Oh, another thing that happened, I actually got in 2 games this week.
Go
Yep.
on.
The other game I had this week was not only against Brother Only, but the other game I had was against the boy.
Uh-oh. Is this the board?
Oh.
The boy. So my daughter's boyfriend, when he came over the first time, he took interest in my Warhammer models, and apparently he knows a little bit of Warhammer lore and lingo and stuff like that, but never got into the tabletop. And anyways, this week he asked if he could come over and learn how to play. And I had a beginner-teacher game. And he did well. Of course, like any good drug dealer, I let him win the first one. The first one was free.
Yep, next time destroy him, bro. They can cry. Just saying.
No, freak. That would be childish and amateurish.
Sounds good.
What I do is wait until he's invested in an army.
Okay.
And then he's hundreds of dollars deep into this hobby.
I like where this is going.
And he's spent hundreds of hours painting these figures the way he likes them.
I like it.
And then I destroy his army.
Okay. I like it.
And then once he has hundreds of dollars and hundreds of hours of effort, then we make them wonder, why did I get into this game? Gotta learn to play the long game.
I just want to be at your house and open the door when he shows up. I'm just saying.
So, I had my like I mentioned earlier, I had my family over for Thanksgiving yesterday, and so my mom and her husband asked, "So, did you do the whole gun assembling and cleaning trick on?" You don't play Eldar or Talabot, man. Actually, I do have a Dark Eldar army. I just got to use it, and I have a Custodes army. So Custodes are another one of those that can be really oppressive. Just make him play against Cloud then. I mean, that's fair. That would be the most effective way.
Yeah. Or you could just let Oni play him.
Oh yeah, Oni and his Votan are pretty.
Or his Custodes, either way.
Yeah, it's true.
I haven't seen
Custodes are really tough.
I haven't seen anyone take them down.
I need to paint up my Custodes. I really do. Not because I want to be oppressive, mind you.
No.
But just that way, I can have something for when he brings, the really strong armies to the table. Like, aha. I too have brought the broken ones.
So I had a really good game against Atlas, and I was, of course I lost, but I lost in points. And, Atlas is just an amazing strategist, man. The guy knows how to get around the table. But using different, different tactics. Instead of taking a known character, I took a captain and Gravis armor. He had, of course, certain, warlord traits and stuff that he can give, buffs he can give to the army. It was fantastic, and there were like a good solid 3 to 4 different stratagems that I was able to put on a rotation. And I'll be honest with you, it definitely do much better than I think I imagined. So I was pretty happy with it.
So you felt like your studies were helpful?
Yeah, absolutely. There's still a lot more, that I could do. It's just
Oh yeah, tip of the iceberg, baby. Tip of the iceberg.
I just wanted to see how we do. So
I like that mechanized infantry he took too.
yeah,
Seemed like he had like some really good board coverage, so you definitely had to like. I think him doing mechanized infantry because he was so mobile and had so many guys, you kind of had to, break out of your shell a little bit and use some more aggressive tactics to like hold the center of objective and stuff like that. And having your another unit that you don't normally use that you broke out was assault terminators instead of regular terminators.
Assault terminators, right? With
storm shields.
Storm shields, yeah. As a matter of fact, I found some storm shields that I'm trying to remember who. I don't know if it was you had got them for me, or Eoni might have printed them for me, or if they were sent by Richard. I don't remember, but I got the storm. We were just looking through some of that stuff and actually found them, and they have like the fists on them. So I'm gonna throw them on there because they did really well.
Very nice.
Don't forget about your Centurions too. You busted them out.
Yeah. So my Centurions again did really, really well, and I used a stratagem. No, I'm sorry. It was the Warlord, buff that allowed him to re-roll all hits. Oh man, and yeah. So
That's that chapter master buff.
Yeah, chapter master. Yeah, and so having those re-roll hits of those Hurricane Bolters, yeah, that was pretty good. That helped a lot. So it was good. Like I said, still got.
How did your Eradicators do? I know those almost always make.
Eradicators didn't do as well. They didn't do as well because I really couldn't get them up the table fast enough. He actually, I don't know why, but the Eradicators have a target painted on them always.
You don't know why?
Big ass guns hit really hard.
I'm not saying you don't know why.
Well,
I mean, sometimes one shot Imperial Knights, my battle wagon, Land Raiders.
Oh, you're still sensitive about that. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, there's a reason why people target that. They're like,
I know.
F that guy. Although almost makes you want to take a second squad of them though, so that way.
Right.
Even if they get focused, you'll have two sources of threat there.
Right.
I think you started with them a little more forward deployed this time.
Yes.
And when I was thinking back to our game, I was like, that's one thing I think that maybe could have been improved upon was because your Eradicators are a little more short range.
Right.
I think they were sitting on the back objective for part of our last game.
Yeah.
It was good to see that you kind of strategized them a little differently this time.
Yeah, so I need to start thinking of ways so I can transport them, So I'm coming up with some ideas here.
Well, they're Primaris, so there's really only two options.
That's right.
A repulsor or impulsor.
Right, and I'm looking at that. That looks great, man. Not bad, dude. So, as you can see, I'm actually taking the red, and I'm using the red to do shading on it.
Oh yeah, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
When the light hits it, it reflects both.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the red actually kind of makes it, gives it depth. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's still metallic coming through. I'm gonna probably clean up a little bit so it's not so dull. But you can see the lower half is the shading.
Mm-hmm.
The upper half is going to be all bright. See how I've done that?
Yeah, and you're also setting yourself up for fire base.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's a regular. The what he has is this. Oh gosh, this flaming.
Flaming sword of the Emperor.
Yeah, and so
That's the base, right?
That's the base.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to do some OSL work on that. Get that, the bright, fire glow on it.
Brother Thomas says, put your Tormies in a Mastodon. I don't think we ever play a big enough game for a Mastodon.
No.
That'd be like an apocalypse-sized game.
Yeah, definitely.
We have trouble getting through 1750. We still haven't played a full 2,000-point game yet.
No.
We've been getting close,
2000 is the
1750.
highest. Yeah, 2000 is the highest we've been. So.
Yeah, we used to play, what was it, 8th edition? We used to play 2,000 points pretty regularly. And we just haven't really gotten back up there in 1750, we've been playing a lot closer than we have been lately.
Yes.
Because we've been getting through the games a little faster.
Right.
So we've been able to play bigger games. So, you know, we might get to where we can start playing a full 2,000-point game again soon. It's funny because I think part of us were on, I think 1850 was the standard game for 7th edition.
Right.
And so it's just kind of, you know, it's kind of all over the place. Maybe it was 1800, not 1850. Oh, what I was saying earlier about those Terminators, man, they can teleport
Yep.
from anywhere on the field. They can do it first turn, unlike a Space Marine Terminator. And they have these. They not only have their guns, which are good shooting. You know, like if it were a Space Marine Terminator, they'd have just their main gun. But these had their main guns plus these grenade launchers on their back.
Yeah.
And the grenade launchers are really what did the most of the bulk of those 11 wounds to me first turn. And it was like, and then you have the Volkites, which do mortal wounds. Thomas said, we'll get to where we just now get back to a 2,000-point game again, and then 10th edition will drop.
I want to do the same on the color back here. I think it'll make it pop. This needs no mixture, right?
Freak is painting a 3D print of the Emperor himself. Freak Thomas says that we'll just now get back to where we can play a 2,000-point game and then 10th edition will drop.
Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm kind of waiting on that before I mess with the demon side of it, because I heard there's supposed to be changes there. I really don't want to mess with it and buy more until I know. So, but there's 2 different routes I want to go, and that's going to determine which route I go.
I think that works out pretty well. Gives you time to focus on your first army before lining up for your second army.
Correct.
You know, normally I hate batch painting, but doing 30 guardsmen and now first 3 heavy weapons teams, then 30 guardsmen, and now 12 more heavy weapons teams, actually not minding the batch painting.
I think it's just seeing a lot of progress, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah. Well, on top of that, it becomes repetitive. Like, you know, you got the color right there, you just go right on through to the next one.
The repetitive, I think, is usually what bothers me.
Oh, really?
But I think with Guard, though, they're smaller models. And so, like Freak said, I think I'm able to see more progress by doing the same amount of time. Whereas if I feel like I'm just doing, say, all the silvers on a bunch of Space Marines, you know, it starts to feel like I'm kind of down in the weeds, you know. just because usually they're more ornate. They got a lot more trim and stuff like that. And so I think that's one of the reasons. Also, I think because part of it's the design of a Space Marine, like doing the lip of the shoulder for a Space Marine without trying to mess with the paint underneath that lip.
Yeah.
Oh, that always drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I see now why some chapters don't bother painting the border on the lip of their shoulder pads.
Yeah. It's just a pain in the patootie.
Yeah, although, like, I feel like doing the shoulder pads like that gives a different, adds an extra pop of color.
Right.
But at the same time, it is a pain in the ass. And I sometimes I'll look at like white scars and people who don't bother with putting a different color around. That's why I haven't started that's why I started doing that with my white scars. Because even just doing the red border can be a pain in the ass sometimes. To sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. Good night, sweet faces. Good night, my brother. Have a great sleep. Methos, have you seen Red Heavy Mini's alternative Wolves, Berserkers, Wolfen? I have not. I have not. And, now that I'm back to 5 Wolfen, it might be time to look into some. I got to tell you, my favorite Wolfen that I've seen, though, were the ones somebody made out of the special, what are they called? The World Eaters models that are possessed, like Argel. I can't remember what they're called, but somebody converted those from 30K into some Wolfen. So there was some of the mutation and stuff, and some of them where they're just ripping off armor pieces and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, that is a great representation for it.
Yeah, Atlas, he did some conversions with that, dude.
He converted them from like D&D Null models, and he actually put the Space Marine armor on there for them to rip off. It was really cool. Atlas's conversion was like one of the best things ever.
Yeah, that dude's insane.
I will link them to you. I'll check it out.
What do you think?
Get out of here, man. Just go. Just go. You were sitting there doing all that over there at the airbrush.
Yeah, Methos gets pissed off because he says I airbrush eye lenses. That's not true, but it's funny.
He does so much details with the airbrush. I'm just like blown away.
I know, that's what got me into this to begin with, is every time I come over, I'd always go and stare at the damn Space Wolves. And I was like, alright, I need to learn how to play this.
That's awesome. Yeah, I always airbrush way too much. I can't do tiny details like he does. I am a Neanderthal with my airbrush, but I try and make it work.
And you do really good work. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sometimes. Like when it comes to really fine details like these guardsmen and stuff like that, I have been struggling to get meaningful highlights on them just because their bodies are so much smaller than a Space Marine.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to learn as much as I can doing this, because when I paint the eliminators, like snipers where my heart's at, so Gonna try to get those perfect.
Nice.
I'm still up in the air whether I'm gonna put my wolves with them though. Like that picture I sent you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That they did look cool together.
Aesthetically, I haven't seen that done yet, so it'd be something new.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Methos, we're gonna wrap, buddy. It's already 10, and we got our missus still out there in the living room.
Sounds good.
But man, it was a super great hangout, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Gosh. And kind of nice to have my son-in-law here to, you know, be a part of the chat and conversation and get some hobbying done, man.
Yeah. LumpyLemon, it was great having you as part of the show tonight, my man.
Oh yeah, enjoyed it, guys. Enjoyed it.
All right, guys, we are going to call it an early night tonight. It is a holiday weekend for us, so we just wanted to hop on and hang with some of our favorite people on the internet, and we're going to go back and spend a little more time with our families, like I said, being a holiday weekend and all. So thank you guys, so much for joining us tonight. I guess I will actually wait to finish that until you're ready to close out. But definitely let us know what you guys are working on over the holiday weekend as well. You know, if you guys are painting up anything awesome.
Everything is awesome.
And I don't think I got a whole lot of stuff done tonight, but hey, that's a lot more of the undercoating the silvers and undercoating the gloves that I don't have to do later. So, if you guys liked tonight's episode, please make sure that you grab up an ox and smash that like button in the name of the Emperor. Drop us some comments down below, especially if you're watching from the archive. Feel free to be part of tonight's any ridiculous conversations. Make sure that you all give LumpyLemon a big welcome and some love in the comments section for us. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, first of all, make sure that you check out our brothers down below in our link tree so you can check out the Friends of the Frosted Fist, subscribe to them. Yeah. And we would love to have you as part of the pack here on the Frosted Fist too, so subscribe. Until next time, guys, stay frosty. Until next time, guys.